Hello everyone, hi, it's me Mems Night, and today's video is an extremely special one because I'm going to be featuring someone in the video. I'm featuring a very good friend of mine, and today's topic is that both of us have been going back and forth about, and it applies to everyone everywhere if your child is from 0 to 6. So if you want to know what things to think about when you're choosing a school, a nursery, a crèche, playgroup, or whatever for your child, stay tuned and keep watching this video. Okay guys, this is Obehi, and Obehi is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for like 12-13 years. We work together now. We've always wanted to work together, and now we work together in the same school. We are constantly talking about the things we do in school, talking about the children, talking about ways to improve, talking about Nigeria, what we can do in Nigeria, what we can do here, and we're equally as passionate about what we do. So yeah, today's video, like I said, we're going to be talking about 5 things to look out for when you're looking for a school for your child, whether you live in the UK, whether you live in Nigeria. We feel like these 5 things apply to every parent everywhere. Obehi, do you want to tell them a bit about yourself before we continue?
Hello everyone, as Meme said, my name is Obehi. I've known Meme since 2002, so many years.
We were in uni together.
Yeah, I went to university in Ghana together, and I was there studying accounting and she was doing English, so we did totally different things, but we've known each other since then. And how did I get into education? She brought me into education. Yeah. I was studying accounting, but I always loved children. In fact, I've loved children since day one.
She had like a play group in her garage at home. Like, who does that?
So I've always been passionate about children.
When she was a child herself, and she had a play group for children in her garage.
Anyway, so yeah, that's me, and I was so passionate about it. But I thought to myself, I would love to teach. But then I also loved accounting, and I thought, okay, I would be a teacher when I turned 40, because my dad would not even, allow me. When I'm 40, I would be a teacher. That way I'll be married, I'll have my children, and then my dad cannot tell me what to do. So 40 years came earlier. So yeah, I went off to have a corporate job, but obviously I didn't like it. Eventually, Meme told me about the Montessori course she was going to do in London, and I thought, my goodness, what a fantastic opportunity. And then quit my job, picked my bags, went off
and moved to London. And she's been here ever since. She worked here while I moved back to Nigeria to serve my country. Yes, I keep telling the story that she stayed here and I went back to my country.
You came back.
Funny enough, I'm now back here, so and we're working together. So yeah, so I decided when I wanted to start these parenting series, I knew that she was going to be involved in it because we have similar, goals. We think about education the same way. We're very passionate about it, and we're always thinking of the next thing we can do to help, help parents, help teachers. And I'm going to be working with this one for life. So I just knew that I would feature her on the video. Anyway, so let's get straight to it. We have 5 things that we think, there's a lot more, but like these are like the 5 ones that our opinion, that we think if we were to look for a school for our children, these are the things that are going to be important. We understand that parents are different things are priorities to different parents, so different people have reasons, but these things are things that we believe if you put this at the forefront when you're choosing a school for your child, it would be, for the better, for that child's future. So yeah, there's some that she's strongly about, some I'm strongly about. So I'll leave her to talk about the ones she's strongly about, and I'll talk about the ones I feel strongly about. I'll start.
Okay.
I think the environment, was the environment me or you? I think it was 2 of us.
Yeah, it was you actually.
Yeah, the environment, I think it's very important. I think like once you walk into the school, like the environment should tell you if this is the kind of place you want for your child. Obviously, it should be clean. It should be beautiful. It should not be too colorful, because remember that color, brings emotion. So if it's too colorful, it's going to be chaotic. Sometimes parents get confused. They feel like when it's colorful, oh, it's so child friendly. It's actually not. It should be a subtle color on the wall, because that brings calm. When it's too colorful, the children are chaotic. They're jumping and running all over the place, So the emotion you get when you see the color is the same that the child gets, because parents feel like when it's so much, they're learning different colors. I'm sorry, they're not. So the color, the beauty, things should be clean, orderly, arranged nicely. And one thing that I feel strongly about is space in the play area, because I feel like that lets you know the owner's priority. If there's no space for children's gross motor skills, because people forget that the children need to have space to run around, to play, so if they've built so many structures and there's very little space for play, that means it's not important to the whoever set up the school. And if it's not important to them, then they're just going to be stuffing book into your child's brain and not even caring about other developmental areas in the child's life. So the environment, beauty and space is important for me. The next one was staff turnover, and I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah, for me, I always think about if I go to a school and I've asked people, oh, how long have you been here? And they say, 5 years, 10 years. And I speak to a number of people there and they say this amount of years. It tells me something about the school, because I believe, one, if the staff, they're changing every day. So like, how long have you been here? 1 year. Or the next staff, 2 months, And I'm not talking about a new school now. If it's a new school, of course, but an old school and the staff, they're just changing staff every day. I feel personally that's not good enough for the children, because it tells me two things. One, that the staff are not so happy in the place and they don't even want to stay, and so they leave and they have to keep changing. And number two, of course, number one, if the staff are not happy, they're not going to be doing so well with your child, because your children. So I think the number of years that the staff have stayed in the school. Now we're talking about young children now.
Remember, this is 0 to 6.
Yes. And also, of course, if the staff have stayed in the school for a long time, then it gives the children the chance to build a relationship with the teachers. So for example, if the child has stayed there for like 3 years and maybe it's in the same group, play setting or whatever it is, the teacher really knows this child. If the child makes this face, what the child is thinking. You just read the child. But if you're changing teachers, you can respond exactly, even without the child saying anything, for the ones that are much younger. But if you're changing stuff every day, you don't really know what is going on.
By the time the teacher is even getting used to responding to the child, she's left.
Exactly. So I think for me, that's one important thing to look out for.
Another one for me, I think, in every school I've worked with, has always been vision. I think that the owner of the school usually starts her school for a reason. She always has a purpose and a vision, even if most times it starts off as, I want a place that is just like home for children to come and be safe, and that's a vision. But whatever the school owner's vision is, the staff have to know. Staff is doing their own thing and the boss is expecting something, and they're always at loggerheads. So I think the boss always, telling the staff what is her vision, sharing with them, and inspiring them to believe in the same thing, is something that is helpful. And usually if someone buys into your vision, they will run with it. If they don't, usually they leave. And it's better that they don't, from the beginning, they know that this is the vision, so that they can begin to run with it. Or they know the vision from the beginning and they're like, this is not a place for me.
My child, exactly. For me, I also think the children, because children can't lie, young children especially. So you can ask the owner of the school or the daycare, whatever, to spend a day, or not even a day, and ask the owner of the school do you want to visit the school or the setting, just to see the children. And even some schools are quite strict and they say, no, when the children are here, you can't come in or something like that. But you can even ask, at least, can I stay by the window and just see what they're doing? That way you watch the children's expression. You can see if they're happy. Now I'm not talking, okay, for babies this would be a bit tricky, because like the baby class or something, they cry most of the time, so you can't really tell. But maybe with the older ones, maybe like the 2+, 3-year-olds, you can see from the expressions, are they free to express themselves? Are they happy? Are they, just watch them and see the children, because the boss or whoever, the teachers can sell their school to you, but the children will tell you the real truth about the school itself, the setting itself, and that way you'll be able to make your own decision.
Yeah. And the last one for me, I think, is the person at the door. If whoever the admin person doesn't even know anything about the school. I remember there's this time I was going around schools, asking questions, and then the admin person couldn't even tell me what Montessori was. I'm like, this is a Montessori school and your admin doesn't know. No. You have to train who the first person you see, because that's the first person a parent meets. Yeah. If that person is not only knowledgeable and friendly, that means that at the end of the day, what are you taking your child to? Remember that whatever you're trying to instill in the children, the adults have to have it, because the children are learning from the adults. So let the adults show you, what your children are going to be getting. So the first person you meet should be pleasant and should be knowledgeable of the school's vision and everything, so.
But what if, the first person you meet is maybe unfortunate, every person knows about the school, but the person's personality is not really a friendly kind. So, and this person doesn't really get to meet with the children. Yeah. So would that stop you then if you just go by that and say, okay, I don't want to take my child to the school because the first person I met was not so friendly?
When I say the first person I met, I don't mean coincidentally. I mean the person who is assigned to talk to parents, show them around.
I see. Okay, I thought you meant like the person you're speaking to. I just want to find out about the school.
No. The person who is assigned, that's the person's responsibility. Okay. So what I'm saying is whoever owns a school should employ someone that is going to talk to the parents about the school and should make sure that the person is knowledgeable and make sure that person has a pleasant personality, because that person should sell the school to the parents.
Yeah, okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah. For every parent, what is important to you. Some parents, they want their children to have good values, and that's why they send the child to school. Different schools have different things that they believe strongly in, and usually if a parent believes strongly in that thing, that's the school that they would send their child to as well. So I think it's also looking for schools that share the same values. We understand that some parents are more about the academics than anything else, so that's the kind of school they will send their children to. These are just a few that we've thought about, and we hope that when you're choosing a school for your child, you consider some of these things to help you make a right decision.
Right, and of course we don't know everything, so if you want some more things to look out for when choosing a school, just write it down and
leave a comment, and if you have any questions too, anything to add, anything, just leave it down. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, and all those good things. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you'll be seeing more of Obe here on this channel.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime. Alright guys, bye.